New York is the place to be for bagels, and everyone has their favorite spot. I'm Henry Rosoff, and I love bagels. And now I'm trying every bagel I can get my hands on, one schmear at a time, and seeing how they stack up. Join me on my quest for New York's best bagel. And welcome into the Pix 11 Streaming Center. I am Henry Rosoff. Cheers to you, and thank you once again for joining me on my quest to find New York's best bagel. I need to get a little more caffeine this morning, because we are trying one of the new-ish trendy places. Let's get you right to the bagel cam, and let's get the bag from Leon's Bagels. And we'll go ahead and show this to you and then go over our rules and talk about the tasting and all of that jazz. Let's open this one up first. It is a big, big bagel. This is, let's show you a picture of the shop here. There's the shop, one of 4 locations they have around town, predominantly in the lower Manhattan, although I believe they have a Brooklyn location as well. Back to the bagel cam, a small storefront. Notice the line. I haven't waited on a line yet. This is a milestone. Short line to pick up, short line to order. Bringing in the bagel cam because we got, wrong side. Although there's no seeds on the bottom, that's going to be a knock against them. I'll tell you that right now. That's a big bagel. Let's do the old, bring it back to the host view here. Do the head size measurement. Pretty big, pretty big. So much cream cheese that I can't even see through the middle here. Back to the bagel cam. So yeah, again, seed coverage on just one side, not the other side. An interesting cook. I'm not seeing or feeling a lot of crispity crackliness on the outside. And then they did not have too much stuff and no napkins. And I didn't bring any napkins. This is going to be a recipe for disaster and viral clips, Joe. Joe's our producer. I reference Joe off camera all the time. Better cook on the egg bagel, but still really soft. This is a very different texture. Again, quite a big bagel we have going here. Before I take my first few bites, let's go over the rules. Again, we score all these bagels on a 1 through 10 basis. We get the everything with scallion cream cheese. We get a plain bagel, in this case an egg bagel, because they ran out. And hey, there was a line, so that has to say something, right? Mainly for the ripping and tearing, though, so I don't think that'll impact the score too much. And we go untoasted because we schlepped these across town. Although I will tell you, I'm guessing this one's going to have needed some toasting to put some sort of crispiness on the outside, because I'm getting a very soft feel. But without further ado, Leon's Bagels. I don't love it. I don't know if this is a little bit of the expectations game, because again, I waited online and pretty popular. I will say some of the flavoring's nice. Getting some onion, garlic overtones. I see a couple of poppy seeds, a little bit of sesame. Again, nothing on the bottom. You know, frankly, it's just soft. I'm curious the inside of this egg bagel. I think it'll be instructive. Yeah, very fluffy, soft inside. Not a lot of density going on. I will say it chews a little denser than I expected, but still more bread than sort of classic bagel. The shop founded, let's take you back to the picture here just to give them their due and talk about a little bit about what all they're about. Just a storefront, very popular, really nice employees inside. I mean, they helped me kind of navigate not getting my plain bagel and getting my order. And I will say, despite the line, it was just a little 5-minute wait. Took the order, got the bagel out right away. So I'll give them credit there. Leon is apparently the grandfather of the owner who founded this place just a couple of years ago. And again, they have 4 locations. This one's right near Apollo, which was our first 10 bagel. They're kind of a lot of trendy bagel places forming up in lower Manhattan, kind of down by the Fulton interchange between the AC and the 4-5 and you know, the Oculus down there over by the World Trade area. So yeah, let me get one more bite in here. Let me get another good bite, give it its due, and then I think we're going to give it a score. I mean, you know me, I need some pop on the outside. And we're just not really getting that. And I think, let me see if I just kind of show you, just, yeah, it's just, It doesn't have a lot of structure to it. All right. I think it's time to score this bad boy, and it's not going to be a good one, unfortunately, for something I had pretty good high hopes for. I'm giving it a 6. 6 bagels for Leon's Bagels down in Lower Manhattan. Again, if you have a bagel, go ahead and recommend it to us at bestbagel@pix11.com, bestbagel@pix11.com. We're going over to Carroll Gardens next for our next review. Something I was able to pick up this morning that I kind of heard some buzz about in the neighborhood. So I'm very curious to try that one. We'll see how it is. We'll see if it's a little bit better than this one. Again, if you have a bagel to recommend, bestbagel@pix11.com. And we'll see you on the other side of the break with one more bagel tasting. And we'll see if we can do a little bit better on that second one. And welcome back inside the Pix11 Streaming Center. I am Henry Rosoff, and I am in search of New York's best bagel. If you have a bagel to recommend, go ahead and shoot me an email at bestbagel@pix11.com. It comes to me, nobody else. There's a technical producer, my buddy Joe we have here, but I'm the producer, I'm your host. I go and pick up the bagels. I go and interact with the staff. One-man wrecking crew over here as I search for New York's best bagel, and today we're heading over to Carroll Gardens to talk about Time for Bagels. So with that, the world famous bagel cam, the very plain bagel bag from Time for Bagels, and 1 bagel, 2 bagel, the tin foil, even though I didn't ask for toasted. Normally you just see that with toasted, and napkins. Guys, I'm not going to score you if you don't give me napkins, but please give me napkins. Get that out of here. Here we go. Let's take a quick look at the bagel. We'll recap the rules. We'll take a picture of, we'll look at a picture of this place I took when I was over there. Ooh, a really nice dark cook. I just dropped the tinfoil after I talked so much about it. Dark cook on the top, but no seating on the bottom. You gotta seed both sides, guys. I know it's not easy, but interesting, really I like when the seeds are actually charred. I think it really brings out the sort of flavors there. Scallion cream cheese, light on scallion. You can tell right away there. I'm literally just seeing one. And let's get into the plain, which will give us a better idea of the cook, which this is a new one. I asked them to slice it in half, and they did this. I don't know who slices bagels like that, but apparently Time for Bagels slices bagels like that. This has been an interesting show of reviews here. Let's go ahead and show you a picture of this place. Time for Bagels over in Carroll Gardens. I got to say, again, a really lovely staff. I bopped in with my son really quick first thing in the morning on the way to school. And they were incredibly nice, really nice guys in there. Made me my order really quick. It's right off the Carroll FG stop in Carroll Gardens. And a quick recap of our rules. Again, we're scoring all these bagels on a 1 through 10 scale. Everything and with the scallion cream cheese to taste that sort of fresh flavoring. We got a plain bagel to sort of rip and tear, which will be particularly interesting with this bagel. And then we're going untoasted as we schlep things across town. And without further ado, it is literally time for bagels. Once again, no crackly crunch on the outside. We'll bring back the bagel cam. And I'm gonna actually peel this one open because I'm not seeing a lot of scallions. A little better on the inside, but I'm certainly not tasting them and that good fresh onion flavor as much as I would like. Also, a little unexpected because this is the first time I'm running into seeds getting good and charred on the outside, which I'm a fan of. I really am. But I'm not getting like more of a flavor. You know how like you cook something, meat, vegetable, whatever. It really draws out the flavor. It's actually the same for seeds. Let me get one more bite before I rip and tear the plain. Now again, no crunch, and the same on the, on the half here. Yeah, no pop on the outside. I'm gonna do I guess it does actually make our scoop out easier. I was giving it the business. The texture is nice. Nice texture. But again, on the breadier side, not on the dense side. I think I need to do some salt. Am I having a bad day, or are we trying some of our less than stellar bagels that we have grabbed? That is the internal. Always point the finger at yourself. Always look in the mirror, self-evaluate. Let me take one more good bite here. I'm just not a fan, unfortunately. A little on the disappointing side. Yeah, there's like drip cream cheese all over the place. What am I going to do on this one? I'm tempted to go 6 again, similar to Leon's Bagels, which we just scored on the first half of this show. But to be honest, it's a little worse than that. Not much, but a little worse than that. And with that perspective in mind, 5.5. We're going to go 5.5 for time for bagels. And again, if you have a bagel to recommend, you can go ahead and email us at bestbagel. Hit the switch one too many times. bestbagel@pix11.com. bestbagel@pix11.com. I want to thank everyone at home once again for joining me on my quest for New York's best bagel. We will try to do a little bit better next week. We'll update our leaderboard as always at pix11.com. You can catch us on YouTube. I usually post things on our new Instagram page and on Twitter. We put the show everywhere out for you to enjoy. But thank you again for joining us here on this episode of New York's Best Bagel from the Pix11 Streaming Center. I'm Henry Rosoff, wishing you a happy bagel day.